Hey guys, my name is Dave and welcome to another video. So, a couple reasons why I'm making this video today. One, and the main reason, I tried recording an episode of DK64 and it only recorded half of the footage needed. So, my recording devices screwed me over. That's the main reason. But the second reason is that even if this weren't the case, I probably would have held it up, put it off, but there is something I kind of wanted to discuss that kind of piqued my interest when it came to being sick, like I have been recently. That I am very slowly coming out of. But what exactly is that? Well, I want to talk about how your body generally reacts. And a lot of things that a lot of people don't know about being sick. So, let's get started with that. First of all, people have, like, heard me cough before and it'd be like a very juicy cough. And I've always wondered why. What's the purpose? Well, it's your body trying to exert bad bacteria out of your system. What's interesting to me about, like, your body trying to do what it can to exert the virus that's in it, what's the most interesting thing to me about that is the fact that when your body exerts things like throwing up sometimes, or at other times it could be things like phlegm, or other liquids that we're not gonna dive too much into. I find it interesting how when these liquids are exerted, it's specifically strictly the body trying to clear itself out. Let's take phlegm for example. Ew, I know, gross, that, ugh, no. Calm down. Phlegm on its own, ew, no. Stop it. That specific bodily fluid on its own is actually not as gross as people make it seem. But why? It looks disgusting, right? A lot of the times, the people who say stuff like that don't actually know what phlegm is, what it does, anything like that. So, for those who are unaware, phlegm, when you cough during and after you're sick, you usually see phlegm come up, right? Sometimes the spit is just downright green. You would assume that's phlegm, right? That could be, or it could be post-nasal drip. It's interesting. Phlegm, though, on its own, it's actually kind of like if you were to insert a Q-tip into, like, a thing. Like, I think it's related to your engine. You'd put it in, clean it out, and just how dirty it is how old it is, I think. For those who know more about that kind of stuff, correct me if I'm wrong, it's something along those lines, though. The idea is, though, and these are for, like, just general machines, by the way. Like, when I said what I did, I'm just saying that if you work with machines and you know, like, the more used it is, the dirtier it gets. No-brainer, right? Well, phlegm is kind of the human body way of saying that. If it's clear, you're healthy. But if it's yellow or green, your body's fighting a virus, trying to fight off a virus. If it's red, then somewhere in here you're bleeding. I believe there is one more. I think it's blue? I don't remember. I'm not gonna go too much into that. The point I'm trying to make is that all these different things the body does that people look at and go, ew, gross. It's not as gross as you make it sound. It's just human mind going, oh, it looks disgusting, therefore it is. I mean, how? How does that make sense? Someone explain that to me. I don't know, this is something that's really intrigued me over time. With everything that I've just listed just now, something about all this that's really intrigued me over time is that it actually helps. The reason that all this intrigues me, I should say, is that the more you know about how your body works to help make you feel better when you're sick, the more bearable being sick becomes, because you yourself at that point, excuse me, you yourself at that point, you're already working towards making yourself feel better anyway. And because you're working to help it out, it'll actually make the sickness go by faster on a subconscious standpoint. At least for most people. This is just something that I feel like if people knew, considered, and acted on in that way, being sick would probably be easier. Not for everyone, mind you. When I say this, this is obviously not going to apply to everyone. There's still a large handful of individuals where it'd either be the same or worse. And I feel bad for saying this kind of thing because of those kind of individuals. But some people also over-exaggerate it because it feels like it takes forever, when it doesn't. It really depends on the person. This is just something, with all that being said, this is something that's always kind of piqued my interest. I've always had like a high interest in how the body likes to protect itself. For example, during the flu season, some people fail to get the flu shot, but the body still does have some precautionary protections that it puts on itself prior to potentially getting the flu. Or a cold, for example. There are several viruses that can cause the cold. It's not just one virus causing the same sickness over and over again. How do I know this? Well, when your body gets rid of a cold, it is possible to get it again. Which I actually did go through this time around. But here's the thing. It's the cold twice, but it's a completely different virus both times. Your body, when it heals from a cold or a flu, creates an immunity to the thing it just got rid of. Meaning, if you're getting the cold twice in a row, you got a virus for the cold the first time, body got rid of it, but received a completely different virus giving you the cold again. So the sickness itself may seem the same, but it's not. The thing causing it is what makes it different. And this is something that I just find very... When I learned about this specific something, this particular fact, I dug a little bit into it and realized how much the body legitimately works to prevent these things from happening in the first place on their own. Obviously, the body can't do everything, but there are so many defenses and offenses that the body does on its own that taking care of it, you guys have probably been seeing me drink from this a lot over the course of when I was sick. That's because I've been drinking a lot of apple juice. A lot of apple juice. I just finished up one of these within one of my recent streams. By the time this video goes up, that's probably thrown away. But anyway, I don't know. The body protects itself really well, for what it's worth. And yet people get disgusted by this. I don't get it. I don't understand. But then again, I personally, at least in recent memory, I get sick, I do whatever I can to make sure my body has a smooth process of getting better, even if I hate the sick process. Now, yes, that means less mean juice during streams, but it's kind of worth the effort. Usually for me, once I hit to the ending phases of being sick, I'll start slowly drinking, maybe one soda every other day or something like that, but otherwise, avoiding that kind of stuff, for me, for example, does help. It helps your body focus on healing itself, even if the healing process seems disgusting. Another thing that I do as well is I'll actually, to prevent clogging from happening in my lungs, this works for me at least, from the compactness that happens from being sick. I will actually spit, when I cough, I spit out whatever's coughed up. Whether it's saliva, again, phlegm, something else, if it even happens. Spit it out. It clears a path for you. People would find this disgusting, but I find it helpful. And this statement can be applied to any action when it comes to you being sick. Do what you can to take care of yourself. If people think it's disgusting that you're doing things that benefit you, oh well, they'll have to deal with it. At least that's how I see it. But anyway, these are kind of my thoughts on the body healing itself when it comes to sickness. I don't know, what do you guys think of this kind of topic? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, once again, just to reiterate, the only reason I did this video instead of Donkey Kong 64 is because DK64 did not properly record, and I don't have time to make the episode at this point, so it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Anyway, thanks again for watching the video, guys. Make sure to give it a like and consider subbing to the channel, because we do vlogs like this every week at this point. Usually it's just during Mondays only, but you know what? Or during failed recording days. Anyways, I'm gonna head off. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you all later. Bye.